What is up, you guys? Welcome back to the coaching channel. I'm Coach Kevin, and today's coaching topic is going to be how to deal with man's biggest fear, balding, losing your hair. We are in a time in history where men are losing their hair at a very young age. Men are losing their hair at a younger age than any time in history. You know the feeling when you are grooming your hair or you're washing your hair and you look in the mirror and you notice like this tiny spot at the back of your head where it's like thinner than usual, but you don't notice at first glance that it's thinner. You just notice like a little white spot and you don't really notice that it is your scalp because your scalp is wider than the rest of your face because there is no sunlight being projected on it. So you just notice this like tiny white spot and you think like, it'll be nothing. It's just maybe some skin irritation, maybe it's like a little patch of hair that I've lost somewhere, but you don't think anything about it until the next couple of weeks when you check it again. The little white spot has gotten bigger and you notice that your crown is losing its density. And that, guys, is exactly what happened to me. And then, of course, the mind games begin. Your mind starts making up all kinds of stories, all kinds of anxieties are going through your head, especially involving women, like I'll never be able to attract a partner again, I will be mocked, women will find me hideous, I'll never be able to have sex again, I'll never get laid again, I won't be able to reproduce and get children. You know what's going through your head. Doomsday has come upon you. The apocalypse has begun. You, my friend, yeah, you, that guy staring in the mirror, you're losing your hair, you're balding, you're going to be ugly as fuck. Well, guys, I'm here to help you with this problem. As you notice, I have a clean shaven look. Well, not clean, it's like a buzz cut where my hair is trimmed really short. But in general, I was forced to do this because I as well am losing my hair. And it all started with a tiny bald spot on the back of my head, on my crown area, where my crown area was getting thinner and thinner. And it was like spreading a little bit, until the point where there was a visible bald spot at the back of my head. And then my temples are started to retrace a little bit, so my hairline has retraced. And after that all started for me at the age of 24. At 24 I started my hair, well, at the crown, the little bald spot started at about 22, but until it was definitely noticeable, I was about 24. And then at the age of 24, I had a noticeable little bald spot at the back of my head, and my temple started to retrace. And of course, I was freaking out, especially when my hairdresser called me out upon it, that I was losing my hair. And he recommended me with a shampoo, a DHT blocking shampoo that was suppressing my hormones that were responsible for my hair loss. I used that shampoo, but I experienced some headache and some side effects that weren't really nice. So I stopped using the shampoo. The side effects disappeared. And one of the side effects, guys, was erectile dysfunction. So that's even worse than losing your hair. So I immediately stopped using the shampoo, and after 1 month of not using the shampoo, my sword started working again. So definitely stay away from the DHT blockers. DHT is dihydrotestosterone. It's a derivative of testosterone, and you don't want to mess with your hormones, guys. You simply are more susceptible to hair loss because of a genetic trait where your male hormones, your androgens, are affecting your hair follicles. And even though you might think that you are being cursed and that you are never going to get laid again, first of all, you are not cursed. Well, maybe a little bit. You are going to get laid. Hair loss is not an excuse not to ever get a woman again or never to get laid again. However, it is a fact that some women simply want a man with a full head of hair. That's simply a fact of life. But just like when you did have a full head of hair, many women won't like you. That's just a matter of fact. A lot of women that you will encounter and that you find attractive simply won't find you attractive. And other women will find you attractive, with or without hair. And that is simply the case for me. Lots of women didn't find me attractive when I had hair. And lots of women don't find me attractive without hair. But at the same time, lots of women find me attractive while I had a big head of hair. And lots of women still find me attractive, even with this shaven look. So the thing, guys, is stop caring so much about what women think, what people think. Women will laugh at you. People will laugh at you for having a bald spot, but it is your job to be strong mentally and to accept who you are. And that is the key, guys. You have to be confident and you have to accept who you are with or without hair. Because at this point in time, the only true option that you have that will restore your hair without any significant side effects is to have a proper hair transplant. I know people who have done it, who have successfully recovered a good part of their hair and who have a decent haircut. It is expensive. A lot of people also don't respond to it, but lots of people, especially where I live in Belgium, go to Turkey to get a hair transplant and to recover, to restore their hairline. However, there is one other option that you have, and that is, my friend, to accept it. And that is exactly what I have done. The thing is, guys, I can't do anything about it. There is no cure, no natural cure that will prevent hair loss if it's male pattern baldness. There are other forms of baldness that involve stress. Most of those things are only temporary, and once that stressful period or that shock is over, or once that factor that reduces your hair density, that stressor is gone, your hair will grow back. But for people who have the gene, the hair loss gene, alpha reductase 5, well, you are more susceptible to hair loss than other people. Like my father, for example, most of the time hair loss skips a generation, and my grandpa did have a form of hair loss. His hair wasn't as dense as my father's was. My father doesn't experience any hair loss, but I do. So unfortunately, just like many of you guys, I have the gene. I am cursed as well, but I have accepted my hair loss. And I'll be honest, it wasn't without many sleepless nights. Especially in the beginning, I was freaking out about my hair loss. I thought I was never going to get laid again. I thought the women wouldn't find me attractive anymore. I thought my life was over. And I would be like the guy that would never get laid again. That was the biggest fear that I had involving hair loss. What would women find of me? And the truth is, guys, after a couple of years, honestly, I started to accept my hair loss. When my hair loss was truly noticeable and my scalp was visible for a big part, especially when the front and sides were like thicker, I couldn't accept this look anymore. I didn't want to be the guy from Seinfeld, like with the hair on the sides and then the bald area in the middle, the typical male pattern baldness pattern. I just hated that look, and it's like a creep look. And that's when I decided to cut my hair short. I took my razor blade, or my trimmer at least, and decided to cut off my hair. I decided to trim my hair short. And of course, it's like weird to see yourself without hair because it does changes your face. But I didn't quite mind it. I actually thought I looked pretty good with a shaven head. And for the majority of the people, if you have like a decent face, you don't have to be like Brad Pitt or an Adonis, but look at guys like myself. Look at guys like Jason Statham, for example. Jason Statham is an average guy. He's not he's not the typical handsome man. However, the guy has a certain form of masculinity in his face. He reeks charisma, and that, my friends, is especially what you want. You want to be confident, and you want to have charisma. You want to feel good in your skin. And hair loss is something, if you don't get a hair transplant, that you can't do anything about. Yes, there are some things like certain drugs that you can take to even get a full head of hair back, but honestly, I wouldn't recommend it. All the side effects and the nuclear shit that you're putting up your head will literally be like a nuclear power plant if you put certain topicals on your head to reverse your hair loss, and your body simply won't be healthy. You will experience side effects. So the best thing you can do is either to get a hair transplant if you truly don't want to lose your hair and you truly, yeah, just simply don't fit with a bald head, or you can accept it and you can shave your hair short, or if you truly are even thinner than I am on top, you can simply shave your head with a razor blade. And I'll be honest, guys, if I still have some stubble here, and I personally think it looks good, but if this area would totally disappear and I would lose my hair here in the middle and only the sides would remain, well, then I would take a razor blade and shave my head completely bald. That would be the look that I would go for. And two tips that I can give you guys are: one, grow some facial hair, because if you are thin on top and you are completely bald on top and you have some facial hair, it enhances your look. It enhances your look to be more masculine, and it gives your face that extra edge, that extra look of masculinity. And the biggest thing that I find that bald men or men that are losing their hair should definitely do is lose excessive body fat. Losing body fat overall enhances your look. It will not only enhance your physical look, because you don't need huge muscles to have a fit and good looking body. You just need an average amount of muscle mass, but you have to be defined. You have to have a low body fat. And just as your abs will be visible when you have low amount of body fat, your face, your jawline will be more chiseled and more defined, and you will appear to have a more masculine face when you lose excessive body fat. Because when you lose body fat, your cheekbones, your jawline will be more defined, and as a result, you will have more testosterone. And that is why men who have more testosterone have more body fat, and therefore they have a more defined jawline. Higher testosterone is a result of lower body fat. And as a result, you will have a look that appears to be more high testosterone. Combine that with a little more facial hair. Whatever your face looks good with should be a red line for your facial hair style. Like me personally, I like to have this short beard because I like it best. But some people might look good with the full beard. That is up to you. That's a personal thing. But for the majority of people, guys, most people will look good with a shaven head and with a short trimmed head. If you have like the scalp that looks good with it, which most people have, just trim your hair short and accept it. Accepting it is the most important thing, because I'll tell you a little story, and it's just the truth, it's just a fact. When I used to have hair, before I started all this coaching stuff and self-improvement thing, and before I started lifting, I did have a head of hair. And I was a traditional, like, I wasn't the most beautiful guy in the world, obviously, but I was a pretty boy. I had like this Justin Bieber haircut in my younger days when I was about 18. And honestly, guys, I wasn't an ugly boy, but I was insecure. And because I was so insecure, I didn't have success with women. Now I do have success with women, and I don't say this to be arrogant, but it's just a fact. I am a man who is successful with women. And why am I successful with women? Even though I am bald or balding, because of my confidence. Obviously, I'm not a monster. I'm no Brad Pitt by any means, but I'm not an ugly man. Why? Because I take care of myself. I work out. I eat healthy. I lift. I've lost excessive body fat, and therefore I have looks maxed my face. My aesthetics in my face and my body have improved because I have built some muscle. I have lost significant amounts of body fat. My face is chiseled and defined. I've grown some facial hair that suits my face. I've trimmed my hair because it is better to be bald or like trimmed short than to be balding. And I am successful with women because I am confident. Even I feel good about myself in a healthy way. I feel confident and proud of myself in a healthy way, even if women wouldn't even look at me. Even if I would never have a woman in my life again, even if women would reject me for the rest of my life and they would never want anything to do with me again, I would still feel good about myself. I would still feel confident. I would still feel proud about the person I am. And because I don't give a fuck, because I am indifferent about what women think of me, and I still have fun with women, and I still banter, I feel good, I tease them, I feel good in my skin, and I still feel like the proud man that I am with or without hair. That is the reason why I am successful with women, because women respond to a confident man. Sure, women might have this image in their head, and obviously everybody wants to be with an attractive person. Everybody wants to be with someone who looks good, and women obviously want to be with someone who they have in their head is the perfect man, who has the perfect aesthetics. But the thing is, guys, life is rarely perfect, either for men and for women. And when women see, attraction is not a choice, guys. Attraction is a feeling. It is not a choice. And what women emotionally respond to is not necessarily what they consciously want in their mind. They might want somebody with a full head of hair, big muscles, whatever. But I've seen the hottest women with sometimes ugly men, and I know that a lot of those men aren't rich or aren't necessarily financially successful, but those men feel good about themselves. They are confident, and they feel good in their skin. They are masculine. And that is a key takeaway. They are masculine. And that is the way that you should deal with your balding. Accept it. With or without hair, feel confident and feel proud about who you are, and work on becoming the best version of yourself. And if you are feeling good in your skin, if you feel proud about who you are, even when you are bald, then I can guarantee you, if you are confident and you banter with women and you don't give a fuck if they find you attractive or not, and you just have fun with women and you are indifferent about what they think of you, then I will guarantee you that you will be successful with women. And that is the truth. That is what happened for me. I genuinely don't give a fuck what women think about me, if they think I'm beautiful or if they think I'm ugly. At this point in my life, I turned 30 this year, and it's been about 4 years since I've made this transformation. Like, I remember when I was transitioning from age 25 to 26, I made significant mental changes in my life. I've definitely evolved to be a different kind of person, a more confident person who feels good about himself and who doesn't care about what people think about him. And ironically, the less I give a fuck about what people think about me, the more people the more I tend to attract people in my life. While the more I used to care about what women and people thought of me in general, honestly, the less people wanted to be around me. It's pretty weird. It's like some kind of paradox, but it's just the way it is. I've noticed for myself, and I think I'm quite sure that will be the truth for a lot of people, is that the less you give about your imperfections and the more you accept yourself of who you are and what your imperfections are, and the less you care about people's opinions, and the better you feel in your skin, the more confident and charismatic you will appear towards other people, and the more you will attract other people in your life, the more other people want to be around you. And since I feel good and happy about myself, even when I'm alone, I don't have the need for a lot of people to be in my life. Sometimes people approach me and I don't even want them to be in my life because they won't be a value in my life. I value my alone time. I value my drama-free life and the life I've built up for myself. And if somebody, whether it's a partner, a female friend, a female partner, a sex partner, a relationship partner, or if it's just a friend, a male friend, for example, I only allow people in my life who are a complement to my life, who make my life better, but I reject people who make my life living hell. If somebody comes into my life, whether that's a female partner or a male friend, if I notice that those people are toxic and will ruin the life that I've built for myself and will ruin my drama-free life, then I simply reject them from my life. I simply don't want them to be in my life. And that is the difference between somebody who is confident and who feels good about himself and is happy with himself all by himself. He will allow people into his life who are a complement to his life and who will make his life better and who have something to offer in his life. And that doesn't have to be like financial or material, but simply like having a great conversation, having someone to have a great conversation with, or to simply have a good time with, somebody who you can drink a coffee with, have a good laugh with, have a great conversation with. That's valuable in life. But somebody who simply dumps all their negativity on you and expects you to be an emotional tampon, an emotional dirtbag, well, I'm sorry, I don't need that in my life. And you shouldn't need that either. You should reject toxic people from your life. And that's the difference between somebody who is confident, who is truly confident, and who is complete. Somebody who is complete already feels good and confident and is already happy without having external validation or having a shitload of other people into their life to get a validation from. But back to the balding issue. Guys, if you are balding, accept it. Accept your balding and shave your head. And if you can't accept it, well, simply get a hair transplant. But for the majority of people, if you have a decent skull form and you have a normal face, you will most likely fit with a shaved look. If you are completely bald in the middle, it's best to shave your head with a razor blade. And if you are just fitting on top, just like I am, simply trim it short. Of Of course, if you want to shave, you can shave. It's up to you. But the biggest tip I can give you, shave your head or trim your head. Lose excessive body fat, because when you are leaner, your face will appear more angular and more masculine, and you will fit better with a shaven head. And if you want that extra edge to give that extra character to your face, grow a little facial hair. And that's it, guys. And for most people, you won't regret shaving your head. Life is all about confidence, guys. Some people will like you, some people won't like you. That's simply a matter of fact. That is life. But if you feel good about yourself, if you are happy on your own, if you don't need external validation, you will attract the people who are meant to come into your life. And you can even be selective about who you allow to come into your life. And the people who don't want to be in your life, well, simply let them be. Live and let live. Simply let them be. And don't chase them. Because chasing people is weak. You don't need validation. And you will notice that the more confident you become and the more self-reliant you become and the less validation you need from other people, ironically, the more other people will tend to ask validation of you. They will be more eager to get validation from you, the less you give the impression that you want their validation. Okay guys, that is today's video. If you like the information that I've given in this video, please give me a thumbs up. If you want to share the information with somebody who might benefit from this information, then please, goddammit, please share the video, because lots of men are losing their hair today, and I know lots of people will benefit from their video. And subscribe to my channel, because I will be giving more valuable information like this. So definitely don't forget to subscribe. That way you will be the first one to notice when I upload a new video. And thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Take care, guys. I'm out.